Hello! Something a little bit different in today's video. In this flight I planned to go to Sywell Aerodrome in Northamptonshire from Biggin Hill, but a combination of poor visibility and a fault on the plane meant a change of plan. I decided to do some circuits at Biggin Hill to practice my landings. But then, having decided to do that, oh, it's blustery as hell. After one trip around the circuit, I decided it was too turbulent and called it a day.
Well, here we are at Biggin Hill again, ready to take flight. The weather is not at all great really at this very moment in time. Visibility is a little bit grim. It's perfectly legal, but it's just a bit lower than I like to fly with. Clouds are a bit low, but again, that shouldn't stop us flying. So I'm hoping to leave it a little bit longer before taking to the air, just to give it a bit more chance to clear up. It is all set to improve as the day goes on. I don't know about you, but I end up carrying an awful lot of equipment, and I have to factor that into my weight and balance. I've got two headsets here. If I'm carrying a passenger, I usually have three, just to make sure I've definitely got a spare in case one goes wrong. Trusty iPad, some rulers, my Poolies guide, my plog. I've got two maps. I don't need two maps for this flight. I've got a backup radio receiver, transceiver in case I lose power. And then my second bag is basically my GoPro kit with all my mounts and batteries and cards and so on. Basically, the first thing I do once I've got the plane uncovered is I just check everything looks normal before I start doing all the hard work, because I'd hate to get in here and find that there's a bit hanging off somewhere. I'll obviously do my proper pre-flight before flight, but just a quick cursory look, make sure the instruments look normal and there's nothing abnormal in the cockpit. Then I'll check the tech log, basically to see who flew it last and whether they had any problems with it. So the first thing I do really next is to wriggle the cameras up, and that can take probably half an hour, so I have to set myself half an hour extra to make sure I've got that all done, because it's got to be done right. You've got to make sure that nothing's going to fall off in flight, make sure there's nothing going to impinge any of the controls. So if I find myself tight for time, I will, I won't rig all my cameras, or I won't rig any. So, got one camera in there already. I've got another camera just there looking over the wing. And today I'm going to try and use something new that I bought. I was sick of my GoPro batteries running flat like in an hour. So I bought this battery pack, which is supposed to run about 4 hours, I think. And it's called the All Day Brunton 2. It's a bit sort of Heath Robinson how it connects up to the camera, because GoPro changed their plugs. You now have this ribbon that attaches the power, but anyway, first outing for it, so we'll see how it does. I'm just checking the current weather and the latest terminal aerodrome forecasts. At the moment here at Biggin Hill we've got a visibility of 4 kilometres, which is way too low really for me. I really wouldn't be comfortable flying in that. Elsewhere it's a bit better, sort of 8 to 9 kilometres. It is all it is all forecast to improve by 11 o'clock. Okay, change of plan. The weather is brightening up, but there are still some grotty patches on my route. I could have flown it had it not been for the fact that I've just discovered an error message on the navcom. I've got a standby navcom, but I am intending to rely very heavily on the VOR tracking for this route, and with just the one nav I was a bit concerned that we may have a problem, especially if one nav is indicating a fault, could it therefore impinge upon the reliability of the second one? So given that the weather's not perfect for VFR conditions, it's certainly legal and fine, absolutely fine, not perfect though, and we've got doubtful navigation equipment, I've decided to just do a few circuits. I needed to brush up on my landings anyway. We've got quite a healthy crosswind today, at the moment sort of about 10 knots of a crosswind, so I shall just do some final checks here and then get the plane started and off we go for some circuits.
Golf India Zulu, Juliet 1 ready for departure.
Golf India Zulu, squawk 7047.
Squawk 7047, Golf India Zulu.
Golf India Zulu, left turn into the circuit, runway 03, clear for takeoff, surface wind 06017.
Left turn into the circuit, clear for takeoff, 03, Golf India Zulu. Right, clear on approach. So, crosswind is not limiting, runway length is not limiting. If I encounter a problem before I've taken off, then I'll come back down or stop, inform ATC. If I've gone up and I can't get back, then I'm going to obviously find a field. P's and P's are in the green. Pete's off.
Golf Foxtrot Tango Juliet 1 ready for departure.
Golf Foxtrot Tango, squawk 7047, basic service.
Squawk 7047 basic service.
Airspeed's alive, T's and P's are green.
Foxtrot Tango, line up and wait, runway 03.
Line up and wait 03, Golf Foxtrot Tango.
That's quite buffety.
Golf Foxtrot Tango, right turn, 1 mile, runway 03, clear for takeoff, surface wind 07016.
Right turn, clear for takeoff, Golf Foxtrot Tango.
Oh, it's blustery as hell.
Biggin approach, hello, it's Mike. Correction, it's Golf Kilo Alpha Romeo Echo. PC-12 at Horizon Jet with Oscar 1032. Engines up, please, VFR, Bournemouth.
Golf Kilo Alpha, Romeo Echo, Biggin approach, good afternoon, startup approved, QNH 1032.
Start approved 1032, Golf Romeo Echo.
Golf India Zulu, downwind 03, left hand.
Golf India Zulu, report ready for left base.
Report ready for left base, Golf India Zulu.
Golf Foxtrot Tango.
Right, brakes, undercarriage, mixture is rich, fuel is on, pump is on, quantities are sufficient for go around. Engine temperature and pressures are in the green, carb heat, and that's 180, that's fine. Oh, it's bumpy as hell, it's really unpleasant. Altimeter checks, landing lights, hatches and harnesses. Golf India Zulu, ready for base.
Golf India Zulu, number 1, report final. You can expect to land and return to the hold off this approach. Traffic inbound for runway 03.
Number 1, turning base and roger, Golf India Zulu. Well, they want me to land, carb heat's coming on. I want to reduce to
Golf Romeo Echo,
80 knots.
Golf Romeo Echo, taxi holding point Juliet 1 at runway 03.
Taxi Juliet 1 for 03.
Right, so approach. Oh, jeez whiz. This is unpleasant. 80 knots is fine for now. Golf India Zulu, final 03.
Golf India Zulu, runway 03, cleared to land, land only, surface wind 05014.
Cleared to land, land only, Golf India Zulu. Oh, blimey.
Golf Romeo Echo, Juliet 1 ready for departure.
Golf Romeo Echo, line up awaits, runway 03, basic service, squawk 7047.
Line up await 03, squawk 7047, basic service, Golf Romeo Echo.
And Golf India Zulu would like to taxi to self-fuel, a little bit lively for me if that's okay.
Golf India Zulu, that's no problem, vacate right at Alpha 3 to taxi to the self-refuel.
Right at Alpha 3 and taxi to self-refuel. Thank you, Golf India Zulu.
And Golf India Zulu, just confirm that's the end of your detail.
A for hum. Thank you, Golf India Zulu. Yeah, it wasn't pleasant really, and it's got my heart pumping.
Biggin approach, Preflight 742,
Visibility is not too bad actually.
742.
It's not unsafe, and many people can fly in that sort of weather, but you know, I do this for pleasure, not for pain. I put in a bit of a slip there on the landing because I didn't want to put flaps down, and we were getting quite a lot of lift until the latter stages of that, and I had to put in a bit of a slip to lose a bit of height, but eventually it bled off. But the last thing I wanted to do was come down fast, but thankfully as we reached the threshold we were at the right speed. Oh, how embarrassing. At least we got a landing in, and we did it well, and it was a flapless landing. Well, at least it didn't cost me loads of money.
Oh well, never mind. These things happen. So brakes on at 12:20. That was quite lively up there, quite bumpy.